inside of my mind.
What's left to hope of that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust of the person and those alive for the earth for the meaning and still. What's left to hope of that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust for the person and those vile for the earth for the meaning and stealing of the name. Give away before they unfreight, they'll pass for the showing of the king stain and the arrow. What's left? What's left? What's left? What's left? What's left to hope of that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust for the person and those vile for the earth for the meaning and stealing of the name. Give away before they unfreight, they'll pass for the showing of the king stain and the arrow. We are the flute routine, all the thine, for the mountains echoing.
In the spiritual realm.
What's left to hope of that?
Your realm should be spiritual.
What's left to hope of that? What's left to hope of that?
Something inside of my mind. There's something inside of my mind.
What's left to hope of that?
I can't keep carrying on.
What's
this
left?
way. These are paths of love.
What's left? What's left?
I am a path of love. You are in the spiritual realm. Your realm should be spiritual.
There's something inside of my mind. I can't keep carrying on this way. These are paths of love. I am a path of love. You are in the spiritual realm. Your realm should be spiritual. You look out of nowhere during the day. You find your peace.
There's something inside of my mind. I can't keep carrying on this way. These are paths of love. I am a path of love. You are in the spiritual realm.
What's left to hope of that?
Your realm should be spiritual.
What's left to hope of that?
You really gotta know where.
What's left to hope of that? Purity of the heart for the not.
Find your peaceful heart.
What's left to hope of that? Purity of the heart for the not matching. What's left?
You want a solitary soul.
What's left?
You may
What's
sing
left?
those
What's left?
words I like to hear. And maybe this is poetry.
What's left?
Or maybe it's not new to me.
What's left? What's left?
It seems like I knew you before.
What's left to hope of that?
But there's only karma
What's
in my
left?
car.
What's left? What's left?
Part of
What's
Jason
left
you
to
can
hope?
never find. Complacent.
What's left to hope of that?
Empty hearted and you can only.
What's
fall.
left to hope of that?
Out a little
What's
bit
left?
on that.
What's
I'm overfilled
what's
for the
left?
passion till the dawn. Either they stay.
What's
To
left?
be for reliving or
What's
moving
left?
on. Trouble,
What's
path,
left?
safety from the
What's
danger
left?
and worry we craft for the in the
What's
corner
left?
grief.
What's
For the
left?
flow of the tears that we craft for the heart film. We listen to one song for the bloody
What's
money
left?
over the king.
What's left?
Coming easily over the times. Faithfully enduring the pale.
What's left?
Non-cure for the existence and the pain but to die. Should I say cursed to the pain for the dream that I
What's
know
left?
ancient song for the garden of love, beckoning with the hand that's saying come
What's
here.
left?
Love is emerald, the beautiful green with words and losing myself. And if you look for men of learning for something classic in the history of the human struggle to settle for medieval verses. These for the vows of the be blessed me. Date for the poeming of every day in paradise. Made the marriage be signs of your compassion, of the seal of happiness, with the aim for thereafter, the plan fades for the good name. The moon for the clear blue sky, and not of the words to describe your spirit. Eagles in this, only found in
What's left?
desert.
What's
Beware
left?
these
What's
stone. The bunches of golden will be but the sea of troubles and it's true yet. Turn to treasures rich, maybe save yourselves to the veil. My soul is to receive. Such as one known to the ever enter inside the brow for the shining of the love and the soul. Without a trace of soft iron with the like of the steel mirror like a sea world, their only contrition. Contraction, the star without a name. Forgetting that's how you came. Anonymous as it may seem. These are a wedding of eternity and sunlight spirits and splits the entering windows of the house of duplicity with the exiting of a who's living in the light of God for the death of the soul is a blessing and then regarding of neither of you good or beyond the eyes of not talking about what is visible, but you may tease yourself into looking at the eyes of the vision of the physical. These are invisible for the secret, the things that exist when the ears are interworked with the light, things that can remain hidden under the although you make which And if I can find an attribute to embody your flesh, find grief, grace and vision, bird vision, flying towards you with the wings of desire.
There's something inside of my mind.
What's left to hold but that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust for the person and those who vow for the earth for the name and the stealing of the name.
What's left to hold but that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust for the person and those who vow for the earth for the name and the stealing of the name. Give away before they unfreight, pass for the showing of the king stain, and the arrogant enter. You are the flip music, all the thine, the mountains echoing, the moves of the defeat. Lions and ballas for the hive, and the fleas for the flags, so they wing for the invisible, for the sweeping of the world, first in appearing. Progress of the man came for the world, plans for the lived, plans for the many of the year, for the calling of the mind for the had been, took over the unaware, animal existence for the once more. Remember not even for the negative and negative and the save for the ways, for the feeling of the himself, for the movement and the desire, for the tours and the season, for the sequence, the sweet flowers and the babes and the soccer, with the breast and the nobody, again for the wise creator, for the noise, uplifted from the animality, man's for the estate, only for the round, for the realm, advancing for the becoming intelligent, coming for the cane, for the wit, for he is now for the memory and just the device of his presence.
What's left? What's left to hold but that purity of the heart for the not matching mantle of the lust for the person and those who vow for the earth for the men and the stealing of the name. Give away before they unfreight, they pass for the showing of the king stain, and the arrogant enter. Hear the flute music, all the thine, for the mountains echoing, the moves of the defeat. Lions and ballas for the hive, and the fleas for the flags, so they wing for the invisible, for the sweeping of the world, first in appearing. Progress of the man came for the world, plants for the lived, plans for the many of the year, for the calling of the mind for the had been, took over the unaware. Animal existence for the once more. Remember not even for the negative and vegetative and the save, for the ways, for the feeling of the himself, for the movement and the desire, for the tours and the season, for the sequence and sweet flowers and the babes and the soccer, for the breast and no why. Again for the wise creator, for the noise. Uplifted from the animality, man's for the estate, only for the round, for the realm, advancing for the becoming intelligent, coming for the cane, for the wit, for he is now for the memory and just the device of his present soul shall be changes from those who be falling asleep. But not love for the unforgetfulness and awakening, but alive for the thinking of what the troubles and dreams we had. Wonder how this human state of being we could never be forgetting. To perceive all that, those who pains and sorrows for the effect of sleep seems lasting. Let us be sleepers' dreams for the whosoever the appointed the day should be gone. Escaping for the dark and imagining and haunting. Turns with the laughter and phantom with greasing with the beholding of the everlasting home in the night makes color visible at night with the red and green sunset vanishing from the sight with the light dances made known.
There's something inside of my mind.
Seeing all denies himself.
I can't keep carrying on inside of
jungle. Tiger
There's
bites their own
something
view
inside of my mind.
leap in the lift.
There's something inside of my mind.
First fair city to the view.
There's something
Love that
inside
city
of my
I
mind.
knew. First time I knew that the city's
I
in the world
can't
and turned
keep
to the valley,
carrying
but the
on
only
this
wondering the
way.
earth of the sweet. Country music pouncing from the
These are
birds into
paths
the
of
grass.
love.
Moses keep it with a lever. Eat
I
garlic
am
on the
a
moment with the celestial leap for
path
the
of
voice of the
love.
grove, for the ear company with the voice and for the tapping of the drum, for the
You
yes,
are
that
in the
that.
spiritual
To
realm.
the perishing land and I default and inhabited.
Your rim should be
For the
spiritual.
wood for the wing. Whining with that
You only
laughter.
gotta know where
Twist
during the
with
day.
that broken dose with the throat of the lip and the
Find
spit
your
with that
peaceful
journey
heart
up
in the
instead.
night.
Voice, home.
Maybe
travel,
this is where two
mate,
oceans meet.
pride, remain.
You in a solitary song we
Even
sing.
though I changed, we be gone. Here,
You may
part
seem
of
no
life, where the
square.
way I began. Never the
I
beginning,
like to
next
hear.
vein. Much new and enchantment for the
Maybe this is poetry.
Ignorant when only finally with the
Maybe it's not new to me. It seems like I knew you before. But there's only common in my car. Part adjacent.
For the grass, hundreds and thousands of years in the dust, strange and floating and flying in will. Ever we be given, needing to stay for the sleep of the migrating back to the spring, loosening from the branch and only space across from your only waiting room. Huge pastures, everyone does this in different ways. Knowing that your conscious decisions and personal memory is much too small for the place to live, and every human streams at night in a loving nowhere. During the day, and some absorbing, working further, reading on, in between.
You
Yesterday,
are in
reading
the
with them
spiritual
also,
realm.
not between the lines,
Your
parallel.
rim should be spiritual.
What's
You
left to
gotta
hold
know
that
where during the
purity
day.
of the heart for the not matching man.
Find your peaceful heart in the night. Maybe this is where two oceans meet. You in a solitary song we sing. You may sing those words I like to hear. Maybe this is poetry, or maybe it's not new to me. It seems like I knew you before, but there's only karma in the car. Parked adjacent you can never find. Complacent there's a beautiful mind. Empty hearted and you can only pour out a little bit more than an overfilled for the passion to the dawn. Either they stay or they be forgiving or we're moving on. Trouble path, safety from the danger and where we crept for the in the corner grief. For the flow of the tears that we crept, for the heart film and slid to one song, for the bloody money over the king, coming easily over the times, faithfully enduring the pale, non-cure for the existence and the pain but to die. Should I say cursed the pain for the dream that I know ancient song for the garden of love, beckoning with the hand that's saying come here, love is emerald. Beautiful green with words and words and losing myself. And if people per man of learning for something classic in the history of our human struggle, we don't settle for mediocre verses. These for the vows of the manager, be blessed me for date for the palming of every day in paradise. Need the marriage be signs of your compassion, of the seal to happiness for the E for thereafter, and fan face for the good name, maybe for the welcome of the moon, for the clear blue sky, and neither the words to describe your spirit. Mingles in this, only found that desert to beware this love is his theme song. With the bunches of roses will be grown in the garden, but the sea of troubles and it's true yet. Turn to treasures rich, maybe say yourselves to the veil. And my soul is to receive. Such as one known to be ever entered inside the brow for the shining of the love and the soul. Without a trace of soft iron with the like for the meal, steel mirror like a zero with their own contrition. Contraction, a star without a name. Forgetting that's how you came. Anonymous as it may seem. These are a wedding of eternity and sunlight spirits and splits the entering windows of the house of duplicity with the exiting of her. Who's living in the light of God with the death of the soul is a blessing and then regarding of neither really good or beyond. The eyes of not talking about what is visible, but you may tease yourself into looking at the eyes of the vision of the physical. These are the invisible for the secret, the things that exist when the ears are toward with the light, things that they can remain hidden under the although you make, which, and if I can find the attribute to body and flesh, find grief for the grace of vision, bird vision, flight.
There's something inside of my mind. I can't keep carrying on this way. These are paths of love. I am a path of love. You are in a spiritual realm. Your realm should be spiritual. You really gotta know where during the day you find your peaceful heart in the night. Maybe this is where two oceans meet. You in a solitary song we sing. You may sing those words I like to hear. And maybe this is poetry, or maybe it's not new to me. It seems like I knew you before, but that's only common in my car. Heart adjacent you can never find. Complacent there's a beautiful mind. Empty heart and you can only pour out a little bit more than overfilled for the passion to the dawn. Either they stay, or they be forgiving and moving on. Trouble path, safety from the danger and worry we craft. For the in the corner grief, for the flow of the tears that we craft. For the heart film, listening to one song. For the bloody money over the king, coming evilly over the times. Faithfully enduring the pale, non-cure for the existence and the pain but to die. Should I say cursed the pain for the dream that I know ancient song for the garden of love, beckoning with a hand and saying come here. Love is an emerald, beautiful green with words and losing myself. And if you were a man of learning for something classic in the history of a human struggle, we don't settle for mediocre verses. These for the vows of the marriage, and we bless me for date for the palming of every day in paradise. May the marriage be signs of your compassion, or the seal to happiness for the aim for thereafter, and fan face for the good name, maybe for the welcome of the moon, for the clear blue sky, and not of the words to describe your spirit. Mingles in this only found in desert. To beware, this love is a theme song, where the bunches of roses will be grown in the garden, but the sea of troubles and it's true yet. Turn to treasures rich, maybe set yourselves to the veil. And my soul is to receive. Such as one known to be ever enter inside the brow for the shining of the love and the soul. Without a trace of soft iron with a like for the meal, steel mirror like a deceiver or their own contrition, contraction, a star without a name. Forgetting that's how you came. Anonymous as it may seem. These are a wedding of eternity and sunlight spirits, and splits the entering windows of the house of duplicity with the exiting of her. Who's living in the light of God for the death of the soul is a blessing, and then regarding of neither really good or beyond. The eyes, not talking about what is visible, you have to tease yourself into looking at the eyes of the vision of the physical. These are invisible with secret things that exist when the moon is into work with the light. Things that remain hidden at it, although you mate, which then if you can find an attribute to the body and flesh, find greed for the grace of vision, the bird vision, flying towards you with the wings of desire.
I was wondering.
Something inside of my mind.
There's something inside of my mind. I can't keep carrying on this path. These are paths of love. I am a path of love. You are in a spiritual realm. Your realm should be spiritual. You really gotta know where during the day you find your peaceful heart in the night. Maybe this is where two oceans meet. You in a solitary song we sing. You sing those words I like to hear. Maybe this is poetry, or maybe it's not new to me. It seems like I knew you before, but there's only karma in my car. Heart adjacent you can never find. Complacent there's a beautiful mind. Empty heart and you can only pour out a little bit more than an overfilled for the passion to the dawn. Either they stay, or they be forgiving or moving on. Trouble, path, safety from the danger and worry we craft. For the in the corner grief, for the flow of the tears that we craft. For the heart film, listening to one song. For the bloody money over the king, coming evilly over the times. Faithfully enduring the pale, non-cure for the existence and the pain but to die. Should I say cursed the pain for the dream that I know ancient song for the garden of love, beckoning with a hand and saying come here. Love is an emerald, beautiful green with words and losing myself. And if you were a man of learning for something classic in the history of a human struggle, we don't settle for mediocre verses. These for the vows of the marriage, and you bless me for date for the palming of every day in paradise. May the marriage be signs of your compassion, with the seal to happiness for the aim for thereafter, and fan face for the good name, maybe for the welcome of the moon, for the clear blue sky, and not of the words to describe your spirit. Mingles in this only found in desert. To beware, this love is a theme song,
where the bunches of roses will be grown in the garden, but the sea of troubles isn't true yet.
What's left to hope of that? What's left to hope of that? Purity at the heart for the not matching mantle to the lust for the per person, those who vow for the earth for the meaning and still get the name. Give away before they unafraid, go past for the showing of the king's name, and error and enter. Hear the flute music, all alive, for the mountain echoing, moves to the defeat. Lions and ballads for the hive and fleas for the flags that they wing, for the invisible, for the sweeping of the world, first in appearing. Progress of the man came for the world, plants for the lived, plants for the many of the year, for the calling of the mind for the hat band, took over the unaway, animate existence for the once more. Remember naughty for the negative and vegetative and the save for the ways, for the feeling of the himself, for the movement and the desire, for the tours and the season, for the seed plots and sweet flowers and babes and the sock for the breast and know why. Again for the wise creator for the noise, uplifted from the animality, man's for the estate, only for the round for the realm, advancing for the becoming intelligent, coming for the king, for the wit, for he is now for the memory just of the bodies of his present soul shall be changes in those who be falling asleep. But not love for the unforgetfulness and awakened, but alive for the thinking with the troubles and dreams we had. Wonder how this human state of being can never be forgotten. Perceive all that, those little pains and sorrows for the fact of sleep, scenes, lasting. Subsequent sleepless dreams for the whosoever the appointed days should be gone. Escaping for the dark and imagining, haunting. Turns for the laughter and fans of the greasing with the beholding of the everlasting home in the night. Makes color visible at night with the red and green sunset, vanishing from the sight with the light. Dances made known, since God has known. Seeing God denies himself, returning to the mortal eyes for the dark jungle. Tiger bright for their only view is experience of the leap in the length. Made the fair journey, earth's fairest city to the view. Loved that city, but knew I knew. First time I knew the cities in the worth and returned to the folly, but the only wandering of the earth for the sweet. Country meeting these are passing from the grazing of the grass. Moses, people with a lever. Eat garlic from the moment with the celestial leap for the voice of the world, for the ear come from the voice, and for the tapping of the drum, for the yet for that drum tap. And to the perishing land, and I did fall them inhabited, for the snake baby only cry for the whip for the wing. Whining was that laughter. Grace to sip with that rose and dose it with the throat of the lip and the spit with that go journey never said. Voice, home, travel, made, cried, remain, great. Whoa, even though I shank would be gone, here. Thence part did I fear the way I began. Never did then lean, next vein. Much new and enchantment for the making new, the air with wild, ignorant and only folly with the meaning and wings and the spreading the palace into the prison swiftly. Now I can tell the slithering of the may come only when singly down for the parting of the loaf, for the rightly balance, for the drop off of the low, for the grass, hundreds and thousands of years in the dust, grains and floating and flying and will, ever for be given, being in the state for the sleep of the migrating back to the spring, loosened from the branch and the only space crossed from the own waiting room, huge pastures. Everyone does this in different ways, knowing that your conscious decisions and personal memory is much too small for the place to live, and every human streams at night in a loving nowhere, during the day in some absorbing working further, reading on.